Welcome to Dear Rebels, part letter, part underground dispatch. We dig into the nitty-gritty of building a community-powered, queer-led magazine rooted in fashion, protest, and unapologetic self-expression. I'm Deidre, editor-in-chief of Fashion Rebel Nation. This week, we're embracing our humanity with this quote from Gwendolyn Doyle. Be messy and complicated and afraid, and show up anyways. Whoever convinced us that being brave meant being ready was probably trying to sell us a $99 internet course. Life is complicated and messy, and the bravest thing we can do is show up anyways. Let's jump right into some stats. Our next issue drops on July 3rd. Our new issue came out 1 week ago, so be sure to go to check that out. We have 18 Patreon subscribers, 34 email subscribers, 990 social media followers. Our current goal is the magazine pays for itself. Rent, subscriptions, overhead costs, etc. It's about $500 a month. Issue 5 dropped on May 1st, and I've taken a nap, and I'm ready to reflect on what I loved, where I fucked up, and what I've learned on the road to bringing it to life. And it turns out executive function is not my strong suit. Okay, so what I loved, and I'll be interested to hear if you loved it too, and it's okay if you didn't. We're allowed to have different opinions, but here's the top 5 things that I loved about issue 5. First is the cover. I have told people that this is probably the most millennial thing I have ever done in my entire life. I think that in retrospect, when I went back and looked at what the background graphic was called, it said something about the 90s. And there's also this tiny little pink dumpster fire, which totally sums up everything. But the cover, I had so much fun making. I enjoyed it so much. Number 2 was the quiz. The quiz was also fun because in the previous issues, the quiz that I have done has been either ABC questions that you add up your total to get a score, or you're seeing how many you got right overall. But this time, we were doing one of those 90s flowchart quizzes where you started off with a single bubble and a single question, and whatever you chose as the answer ended up taking you to another place on the chart. And you could end up in 3 possible places with 3 possible results. And the whole quiz was about how you are coping with everything that's going on in the world. It's called Everything is a Dumpster Fire. And so I really, really enjoyed making that. The third thing is the sticker sheet. Every issue has a sheet that I have formatted to print on Avery 2-inch sticker paper so that people can actually, take the PDF, download, print it off, and have those as stickers if they want to. And this time, I just went wild. I let myself have a lot of fun creating graphics. Now, a lot of people will ask, where do you get for the graphics for the magazine? If it's not AI art, then where is it coming from? I do have a subscription to Canva, and I aggressively and deliberately try to avoid the things that are obviously AI art or labeled AI art or their AI art features. What I try to use are graphic clips which have been submitted by actual people, because if you didn't know this, there are people out in the world, tons of them, who create their actual digital art and then sell it online. Now, it is becoming a gray area because people will create AI art and then sell it as their own original stuff, and that's just muck for another day. Right now, we're going to enjoy the sticker sheet. I also put in a piece of my original artwork with a fat little unicorn that I'm really, really happy about. The fourth thing is the graphic in the Rebel Closet. Not the Rebel Closet, the Rebel Clubhouse, which was a new feature this issue. which is trying to get us together in real life, to have a sense of community in real life. And a lot of times we say, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get together with people, or what we should do when we're together, or what kind of group activities we do. And that's what the Rebel Clubhouse answers. And there's actually an art project that's in there, and I have an example, and it just cracked me up. So I would love to hear what you thought of the Rebel Clubhouse. Now, the Rebel Closet also was a lot of fun. In the past, I have done a Rebel Closet that talked about a history of fashion as protest. This time around, I actually made the article with a very close friend of mine in mind. If she's listening to this, she knows who she is. Um, she constantly text messages me and asks, is it safe to shop at this website? Are they selling crap? Are they legitimate? Like, is it safe to shop here? And that is a very legitimate question, because there is absolutely no ethics left when it comes to TikTok Shop or anything on Facebook or Instagram. They will let anybody advertise on there, so you have no idea if something is being drop shipped or if something has been stolen from somewhere else. So the Rebel Closet is this whole guide this time about very concrete ways you can tell who you are purchasing from, where your dollar is going, and whether you're just getting scammed. So those are the 5 things that I loved: the cover, the quiz, the sticker sheet, the Rebel Clubhouse, and the Rebel Closet. So now for where I fucked up. I'm going to admit something that I probably shouldn't, but here we go. I literally started putting this together 2 weeks before it was due out. That's right, the number 2, TWO, 2 weeks, 14 days. Now, of course, I had sticky notes and boards and plans and things lying all about, all willy-nilly, but as far as actually putting this thing together, and all of the graphics and the table of contents, and even writing some of the articles, 2 weeks. I gave myself 14 days, which I'm telling you is not enough time. It is not, especially when you are chronically ill and you are trying to give someone the best of yourself. You are going to burn yourself out on fire. Also, I didn't give myself enough time to reach out to people who hadn't signed consent forms. I know whenever someone submits art or photography or writing to the magazine, I in turn have to send them a consent form to be able to use their work in the magazine. And when I send that out, I know that sometimes things are going to get lost in cyberspace. And so I need to be sending weekly checkups to that person if I haven't heard back from them saying, hey, I need you to sign this. And I just didn't do that. So I dropped the ball on that. And luckily, this person is awesome and they were able to get back to us, and we're getting their stuff into the July issue, but not enough time. And I also second-guessed myself entirely too much. I was overthinking the hell out of everything. And if I haven't mentioned it before, I am ADHD, which is autistic and ADHD. And yes, those are clinical diagnoses, but it doesn't matter. I digress. The point is that my brain hops around a lot. And so what will happen is I will be working on a thing. Say I'm writing an article, and then I decide, oh man, I need to make sure that this detail that I'm putting into the article is correct. And so then I go to look it up, and then I find something else, and I'm like, oh hey, that would be really cool to put in the magazine. I'll start working on that. And then that leads to another, to another, to another. And where I had one project, I end up having 10 projects or 10 potential projects, and none of them are finished. And it is incredibly, incredibly stressful. I have hardcore triggered my hemiplegic migraines. And if you don't know what that is, Google it, because it's not fun. So instead of sitting down and saying, this is the plan, you know what you're putting in the magazine, and if you have ideas, write them on a sticky note and we can try them in the next issues. No, I just overthought it and was like, well, maybe this isn't enough. Maybe we should do something else, or maybe we should change this, or maybe we should change that. And it was just too much. It was too much. So what I have learned, okay, my husband, and I think I talked about this a little bit in the previous episode, but my husband has a master's degree in English, and so he has agreed to be a very, very part-time copy editor for me. And he said that he would only agree to do this if I swore an oath that I would have the issue ready to go, ready to copy edit no less than 3 weeks beforehand. He would prefer a month, which is totally fair, because when people are making publications with a staff and people, you aren't doing this last minute. There are things that sometimes get done last minute or things that have to be changed last minute. But the overall concept, the ideas, these things should be done before that, so you have enough time to plan for things in the future. Which leads me to the trust the process. I make notes. I have folders. I have people. I have plans. And then I don't trust them. I say, goes right back to that second guessing. And so I have to remind myself, trust the process. Get things done early and ready for your copy editor, and then go out there and do it. And the third thing, and the really, really important thing that I am learning, is to just be yourself. Now, I am an authentic person. I show up as who I am 100% of the time. But when it comes to social media, I get so frustrated. And the thing is, look, if you are trying to get yourself out there or what you're making or doing out there on social media, do not buy any more social media courses promising to increase your reach. I'm not saying that they're all bad or all worthless, but what I will tell you is that having purchased enough of them, I have learned that they all have something in common. Most of them are coming from the standpoint that you are a person who wants to monetize your social media account. You want to get brand partnerships. You're trying to make money in the general sense. And that's just not Fashion Rebel Nation. That is not what we're doing here. I am not here to be an influencer or get all the followers. I would rather have 25 people who are ride or die for the magazine and believe in what we're doing than have 10,000 followers that don't give a shit and never check in. So I need to just show up authentically as myself when I'm doing this. And that is the important part. So, all in all, I am very, very pleased with how issue 5 turned out. I think that we have a lot of good features. I think we have a lot more fun graphics. I am hearing from people that they enjoyed the graphics a lot in this issue, that it was a very visual issue, and I love that, and I want to continue that going forward. And I'm going to take my time and give myself time and follow the plan and trust the process. So, if you want to join the rebellion and want to help us change the world, here's your rebel assignment for the week. If you haven't got issue 5 yet, go to fashionrebelnation.com and click Get the Latest Issue. Remember that this crowd-funded, community-powered revolution exists because of people like you. Thank you. You can join our collaboration on Patreon, contribute your creative voice to the magazine, or see other ways that you can participate by going to fashionrebelnation.com. Before you go, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment or a review, because your voice helps build this revolution one rebel at a time.